Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me on your 11 a.m. news and weather update. I'm Bailey Backover. Hope you all are doing well and beating the heat out there. It is a toasty one out there today, and it will continue like that all throughout next week. Looks like probably through the end of summer at that, but next week we're going to see even stronger heat make its way in. Dustin Staples will have all the details for you there in his first alert forecast. But first, Terrell County commissioners have opposed the shrimp trawl ban amendment to bill. Another Eastern Carolina county, this Terrell County, is voicing its opposition against the state bill amendment that would put limitations on shrimp trawling along the coast. The Terrell County Board of Commissioners adopted a resolution Wednesday that opposes a proposed amendment to House Bill 442, which aims to prohibit all shrimp trawling within a half-mile of the state shoreline. That was added earlier this week. Now, the North Carolina Senate passed the bill in its third reading yesterday afternoon, which will be sent back to the House. Shrimpers along the coast have expressed their concerns about the bill, arguing that shrimp trawling is essential for many. In the resolution, Terrell County says the shrimp trawling industry is a vital economic driver in the community. Terrell County joins the Carteret County Board of Commissioners, which shared its opposition to the proposed amendment on Wednesday. Carteret County officials said they're urging the North Carolina Senate Agriculture, Energy, Environment Committee to reject the proposed amendment. Both counties also call on members of the North Carolina House and Senate to engage with fishermen, scientists, leaders before advancing the bill. And out of Kinston police are still seeking tips for the 14th anniversary of the unsolved murder. 31-year-old Tracy Grady was killed on June 20th, 2011 after police say he was found suffering from multiple gunshot wounds on Wilson Avenue. Despite life-saving efforts, Grady died from his injuries. 14 years later, the case remains unsolved, but police are hoping it will change. If you have any information that could help police, call the Kinston Police Department. Their number is on our website at WITN.com. You can also share tips anonymously through the Kinston Lenore Crime Stoppers at that number is also on WITN.com. And Carolina East Foundation awards $63,000 in nursing scholarships. The Carolina East Foundation has awarded this to students pursuing degrees in nursing. The 14 recipients were recognized at the annual Joseph Hageman Nursing Scholarship Dinner and Flame Catering and Banquet Center on June 11th. Brooke Cumbo, Taylin Turner, and Madeline Vogan were presented with $8,000 scholarship that will support them as they pursue a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. A $3,500 scholarship was given to 4 students pursuing an Associate of Applied Science degree in nursing: Kendall Harris, Shanika Grace, Kelsey Roach, and Caroline Bright. And the scholarships are made possible by the Foundation's Joseph Hageman Memorial Nursing Scholarship Fund, Robert and Beatrice Honnett Nursing Scholarship Fund, and David Elliott Nursing Scholarship. Nearly $580,000 in scholarships have been awarded to more than 150 nursing students since 2007. Very exciting. I know that must be a great accomplishment. For now, let's take a look at our forecast. We know that it's hot and sticky out there. Could we see any more rain? Not sure. Let's check in with Dustin Staples.
All right, thanks, Bailey. Again, as we go out for the next rest of the afternoon, we're going to be seeing these temperatures holding in the mid-80s out here. Lots of sunshine, but the humidity is going to be very warm. No doubt about it. We've got that north component to the wind. That's going to slightly cool us off a little bit, but still more of a stagnant breeze than anything as you make your plans heading out and about as well. Looking ahead to this afternoon, going into tonight, we're going to be seeing a few showers and storms moving in along the coastal coast of the communities. Most of those will fizzle out closer to about midnight or so, give or take. We're also seeing some clouds filter on in for Saturday morning. Warm and muggy out the door, starting things out of the 70s and 80s. We're going to warm up to the upper 80s to low 90s. Maybe a stray evening storm here or there, but most will stay dry as we go towards the rest of your Saturday. So if you're heading towards the coastline, just pack an umbrella, but I highly doubt you'll need it. Maybe you can protect the umbrella by using that with the sun if you're heading out on the beach or any outdoor activity where that may be the case. Cooling off a little bit back down to the low 70s here, and then after that, we'll get to your first alert weather days in just a second here, but your rainfall totals here for for the rest of today. And going into Saturday, you really don't see much rain forecasted with this either. Just a lot of hit or miss shower and storms with that as well. Your first alert weather days again go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We may have to extend these out a little bit later in the next week if heat indices continue to climb as the way they are right now. Watching for that high heat highs in the upper 90s several days in a row. Look before you lock. Stay hydrated. Look after each other, of course. We're going to be close to the heat advisory criteria as we go towards the middle of the week there. Flirting with heat, excessive heat warnings. We'll see if we can get to that or not. That might be a close call as we go towards the upcoming start of the end of next week. So again, your feels like temperatures here are going to be holding below a 95 today, 95 below that tomorrow. But going in later next week, that's when we'll really start to see the real effects of those heat indices closing in at those upper 90s and then those low to 100. So about 100 to about 110, give or take, for next week. Unfortunately, humidity is not going to cool off as much either. It does stay pretty muggy at least through Sunday, so warming to that sticky pattern as we go towards the next little bit. Also, a reminder to please wear a sunscreen. The heat and humidity doesn't do much justice without you getting a sunburn, so be mindful of that. A 10 out of 10 for the next several days to go. Your coastal 5-day forecast, if you are heading down to the coast here, maybe a stray storm this afternoon, stray shower or storm possible for your Saturday. Mostly to partly sunny skies on Sunday with your first alert weather days. Most of your heat indices will be at or below 100. Still can't roll an isolated maybe 98 or 99, but even that looks to be very far a stretch. A moderate rip current risk down towards our coastal coast. Same story for our southern Outer Banks. A low rip current risk for our northern Outer Banks as well. So if you're heading to any of the local beaches or if you're on vacation, just know that you want to make sure to pay attention to the rip currents. Pretty hot and humid through at least starting next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Really watching for those heat indices cranking up and those low 100s, and we stay pretty hot even going into next week.
It's going to be a warm one out there. Well, that's all the time that we have for this hour. You can join us back here for your news at noon, coming up at 12 o'clock. But for now, we hope you enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe.